welcome back to the channel. Bobito, is that him over there playing in the rocks? He's not much of a mason. So you're stuck with me, Ben Barber, and we're down here in the Murfreesboro area once again. And as you can see on the bottom of the screen, we're with our friends from Auto Collection of Murfreesboro. Hit them up if you're looking for a unique ride. This is a unique ride as far as I'm concerned. I am not a crazy Mustang fan, but this is a Roush Stage 3 Mustang. So that means it's got a lot of power, a lot of extra goodies. So let's get after it and check it out again. Auto Collection of Murfreesboro's information is now gone off of the screen. So let's get to our ride. All right, first things first, this is a 2021. So I don't know enough about Mustangs to know if they made any big changes for 2021, but I can tell you for sure that front lip is definitely not stock. That's a Roush edition. The grill you can see is not the same, so that's a Roush. That's their Stage 3 little number there. Forgive the car for not being so spotlessly shiny. You know, can't arrive and take cars in the moment and expect them all to be clean. So this one definitely could use a nice detail, but other than that, it is awesome looking. Really like this single colored gray stripe or whatever down the side. Really kind of sets it off next to that Roush badge, and you can see there's kind of like a matte finish behind this Roush badge area. It's subtle, but tasteful. I really like it. Sweet Roush wheels along with some upgraded Brembo brakes. Or I'm not sure if those are upgraded, but those are some huge brakes, if you ask me. Make your way to the interior. This little rollover bar here is a Roush product, as is the seats. Now look how nice these seats are. It's amazing. All right, we're going to get into the interior here in a second. Again, it is a convertible, if you didn't notice. But let's make our way and do what we normally do. Make our way to the trunk. Now here's our big old fancy Ford key. It is an automatic, so it does have auto start. We will do that here in a moment, but let's press that twice and make our way into the trunk. One of the things I don't like is they don't really give you a little area where you put your hand. See, that's flat all the way across. You just kind of have to guess as to where to lift. But I digress. Very baby size trunk. You can see not a ton of room. NCC bag for size or scale, I guess. Again, that's a small bag. It's taking up a good portion of that trunk already. This thing does have a bumping sound system. Here's the subwoofer. It sounds amazing inside for sure. Now, one of the cool things I noticed, this is the old BMW trait. They used to put a little toolkit here on the back of the trunk. So let's see what Roush's idea of a nice little toolkit is. Boom, folks. All right, so you got some wrenches, got a ratchet, air pressure bobber, some nice gloves, a little knife, okay. A Roush screwdriver, that's probably $300. Bunch of cool stuff. It looks like this is the kind of stuff, there's a flashlight in there, kind of stuff that you may utilize at the track. You know, maybe to change a couple things or whatever. But dude, that's a legit, I mean, that's a legit toolkit as far as I'm concerned. I give them an A+ on that. Oh, it's kind of hard to close. Once you get it moving though, it does close nicely. Again, shout out to Roush for putting a toolkit in the trunk. Really kind of cool. Again, car's filthy dirty, and I do apologize. It is my bad, or whatever. Nice little American flag posted up on the back. I don't know how much of that I like, but it do what it did. Now, I guess before we get started or get too far to the interior, we'll pop this hood so y'all can see the powers at B. So I was reading through, and it said that this thing was something like 700 horsepower. Sorry for the fumbling there. And I was wondering where it got all that horsepower is from. Well, there it is. Big old supercharger hanging off the front. These things come, I think, like 460, something like that stock. That thing's good for a couple hundred horsepower, it looks like. I mean, that thing's huge. I'm not sure. It doesn't really say how many liters it is, or does it? It doesn't. So I'd say that's probably at least a 2.5 liter supercharger, I'm guessing. But pretty legit amount of power. I like these little engine code bobbers here. They're kind of showing you the Roush, as it has a custom suspension as well. As you can see, it's got the magnetic ride suspension, which is kind of cool, or Magride, I guess they call it. So there is the beast that supplies us with all the power. I'm gonna shut this old girl down, and now, since we do have the auto start, we'll go back to the back and start this thing up. Now again, auto start. See if I can get my zoom figured out there. There we go. Auto stop start is on this. If I can get this thing to focus. And it's not gonna focus. Story of my life. All right, so you press this twice. Oh wait, door's locked. Press this twice. Dude, pretty beefy. Sounds really, really menacing. I'm over here, I see there's people over here playing tennis, so I'm not gonna go too rev crazy, but y'all can hear it's pretty deep throated. She sounds really good. As we kind of climb our way in here, we'll see again these fancy seats. Really nice wheel bolstered. I like the stitching all the way around. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hop on in here, man. This thing is so much easier when let's go ahead and press the start stop button. This thing is so much easier to get into when oh dude, this thing's got all the gauge packages. All right, so let's start with some basic theories here. So Roush put some extra little paddles over here, these red ones on here. They also added these into the dash, oil gauge and a supercharger gauge for that Whipple that's sitting up there. And I like this nice little badging here, Jack Roush. Again, this thing has an amazing stereo in it, which I can appreciate. One of the things that's pretty cool about this dash is as you kind of change through modes. See there on the left side of the screen, it gives you, look at that dash that changed it, rev counter. It goes up and over like that. That's really kind of cool. Definitely like the more track layout setup. I really like that you can manipulate that. This is kind of a basic, but it's still functional. As you can see, we'll just go ahead and throw it in reverse so we can see our backup camera. Pretty decent camera, honestly. And then you can see as I turn the steering wheel, those lines do move, which is pretty cool. This thing is an automatic, and it's got sport down here. It also has this valved exhaust thing, which I don't even know. I mean, when I turn it, I can't hear a difference, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. Here's the rest of the fun buttons. This kind of makes your steering better. You can see it's got the Magride here emblem, which is kind of cool. Pretty basic. There's a whole lot of functionality here on your steering wheel, which honestly, like, good lord, do you need that many buttons, folks? That may be a little overkill for my taste. So kind of a nice sloping dash. Got a nice little area here to kind of store a few things. Got some power outlets there, nice cup holders, and then a pretty deep well here, again with more power outlets. Door cards come with a fair amount of space on the side, not a ton, but it is a fair amount of space. Now I'm going to go ahead and give ourselves a couple revs. It sounds good, but it doesn't sound like 750 horsepower, but that's just me. You can see the boost gauge moving, so really pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out with the car on so we can see these headlights, and it honks at you because you walked away with the keys. You can see definitely a more aggressive look. I do like the daytime running LEDs there. So I guess, 750 horsepower that feels stock was kind of whether they were going for that or not, that is definitely what they got. And yeah, man, I mean, again, I'm not the craziest Mustang fan, but this thing looks, this little sight line right here, we can kind of see that roll bar. Man, I love the way this thing looks. The top down, the top just kind of goes straight into there. You don't lose any trunk space. Not that you have a lot, but it's nice that you don't lose any. And man, it keeps the shape of the vehicle This thing's nice. I mean, I'm not a convertible guy, excuse me, and I'm not a Mustang guy, but this thing sounds and looks aggressive enough. Again, with the badging of the Roush, and it does have their own custom rear valance, I guess. And this thing it's pretty awesome. Now, 2021, 6,000 or 7,000 miles. Not sure what pricing is. I didn't check it, but I'm sure it's affordable, and it's a rare build. There's not a ton of Roushes out there. A lot of the Roushes are not the stage 3 Roush, which adds all that power, which then kind of forces their hand on putting that Magride suspension and a couple other things to make it act right, if you will. But man, what a cool car. Again, shout out to our friends Auto Collection in Murfreesboro that hooked us up. Their information is on the bottom of the screen. Y'all hit them up for any of your automotive needs. If it's a specialty vehicle like this, or you just need a random family SUV, that is who we recommend. So again, their info is on the bottom of the screen. Hit them up for my man Bo Biddle, who could be over there taking a hike in this nice little park. He may be back in the near future. I guess we'll find out when he does get back on the getting back. So folks, thank you so much, and we will see you guys in the next video.